A2K SPQR, and let the paint dry overnight. Took off the masking, of course, in the morning. Glued the display stands. It's now drying. I've got weight inside the hull to make sure that it presses well into the davits. So we get a good bond, good balance. I like the brass. I'm not going to do any changes. I'm not going to weather it or anything. I'm just going to leave it as is. I'm not even going to paint the main deck. I'm going to leave it in its original cream colored stat. Originally, the parts that are now brown, I'm talking about the sprues, that deck fittings mostly, used to be black in the original 74 kit. To my dismay, it's brown, which means I'm going to have to paint some of them black. It's going to be a pain. I really didn't want to do that, but I've got no choice. And that also kind of flattened my tires, so I'm not going to try to detail this or make it paint-wise accurate. I want to keep the painting to a minimum. This is probably the most paint that I'm going to use on the model is the hull. But still, I'll have a nice effective look, and it's the look. As long as the look holds right to my eye, I'm good. I'm good. Right now I built the rudder and it's drying downstairs, and I'll insert that, of course, where it belongs. I was hoping that the rudder would have been one solid piece, but it's not. It's two halves. And it's very flimsy. I could not believe how flimsy the rudder is. You can actually bend it. Wasn't too thrilled with that, but in case you're thinking about this kit, you're going to have to deal with a very flimsy rudder. Once you glue the two halves together, keep it pressed on a weight and let it cure overnight. That will keep it straight. If you don't, you might have a rudder with scoliosis, I guess. But that's what's going on. I'm not going to give this replica a white waterline. I'm going to just leave the copper touches the black. The very top part, not the bottom, but the top rub rail, I think it's called, that runs around the ship. I'm thinking about taking white plastic strips and just glue it on there instead of paint it. I want clean lines, and that will ensure me clean lines, but I gotta see if that's what I want to do. I'm not gonna, if I do the piping on that, I'm not going to do it on the bottom. I'm gonna leave the bottom black. Of course, I've got things for weight to keep it pressed down to the stands. Yeah, that's about it that I can think of at this time. So, keep modeling.